Hello, boys and girls. How are you? This is JC. Long time no see. Thanks for waiting. And the wait is worth it because today we have something truly, truly special. Yeah, I say it a lot, but this one is special because this is probably the single most expensive yo-yo I'll ever review. Probably. Well, I say probably because people nowadays are kind of crazy with their materials. I've seen yo-yos made of what, magnesium. Yo-yos made of something called Damascus steel. Yeah, so the prices are up there. $1,000 for a yo-yo is crazy, but just like, back then we thought 100 for a yo-yo is crazy, and then we thought 300 is crazy, 500 is crazy, and now we're at 1,000. Well, not now, because this yo-yo was released 2 years ago. I should introduce it first. It's called the something Anglam. I just realized the name is missing. It's the Anglam Apogee. Yeah, Apogee Beau Noir. And first, I want to complain about the box because, this box is kind of cool with a kind of a magnet feature, but the yo-yo at first came with a plastic wrap to protect it, but once that's gone, this yo-yo is not well protected in the box at all. Do not move this yo-yo, while it's in the box because it's not protected. It's wiggling around. So let's take it out. Now this yo-yo was released just 2 years ago. I was really surprised to learn that after doing some research, because looking at the shape, I would have guessed this was released maybe in 2015, 2016. Why? Because this shape is pretty much identical to the original Anglam, which was released in 2012. Right, so for 10 years, they did not change the shape at all, or the profile, or the specs. I'm sure the weight changed a little bit, but the dimensions did not change. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any regular Anglams or OG Anglams. What I do have is the Anglam, what is this called? This is the 0cc from 2018. Yeah, Anglam 0cc from 2018. And you can see the shape is, the dimensions are pretty much identical. Let's put it here. And we also have the Anglam TISS, the TISS Anglam from 2015. Yeah, this is 2015, I believe. Yep, nothing's changed. It seems like Hiroyuki Suzuki, the owner of Yo-Yo Addict, just decided to, he just picked a shape that is perfect for him and then stuck with it. A lot of Japanese brands do similar things, but not to the extent of Hiroyuki Suzuki. For 10 years, he stuck with this profile, just to see how outdated, maybe outdated is not the right word, but just to see how different this is than a regular modern yo-yo. This is the tie crown, and here, you can see the width is the major difference here, because with tricks nowadays, not a lot of people are doing tech, so most people are onto bigger, fancier tricks. And basically the width is a no-brainer. There's almost no downside for having a wider yo-yo. You can see a lot of companies doing that. Even Something is doing that. You can see with their new release, the Phenom I just reviewed, right? This is quite a bit bigger. Again, the width is the difference here, right? But up until 2021, Yo-Yo Addict, they chose to stick with the original shape, the original Anglam shape. So what's so cool about this shape? Well, let's take a look. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it, but for those of you who are not, you can take a look. It's almost like a mix between a round, comfortable shape with a sharp, like triangular competition profile, kind of. Because back in the day, this was I think it's a pretty unique profile. Almost a bit like the Yo-Yo Jam stuff, maybe. But definitely wider, definitely more spread out. But if you take a closer look at the Anglam Apogee here, we have almost like a 2 steps up, like a mini H shape, right? Here we have the thinner, the insides, and then here we have 1 step up, and here we have another, where the steel ring is sat. And you can see no cost is spared on this yo-yo. The build quality is perfect. The design is pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of the way these engravings look, but you cannot complain about the build quality. It's just impeccable. right? To get this kind of consistent black finish on titanium. I'm not sure how difficult it is, but all I know is not many companies make this kind of surface finish. So yeah, I imagine it's probably not easy. So how does the $1,000 yo-yo play? I think that's the question people want to ask. And again, it's $1,000, but performance isn't really why this is super expensive. So you're not expecting something that is super outstanding. It plays fine, it's really solid on the string. And if I had this yo-yo in 2016, 2017, this would have been probably the best yo-yo I've ever played. But to release this in 2021, you're competing with a lot of yo-yos that are designed with modern tricks in mind. And the Anglam Apogee, it doesn't matter how far you push the weight distribution, doesn't matter how amazing this profile is, it kind of falls short just a little bit, even compared to the Phenom, right? I reviewed just a while ago. Again, this is, don't get me wrong, this is a super powerful yo-yo, and I can see why Hiroyuki Suzuki can use this to push this to the extremes, because the way his tricks are, especially with this super speedy combos, which this Apogee, Anglam Apogee, is amazing at. But if you're going big, if you want to do big hops, if you want to do just a lot of the newer stuff, the Anglam Apogee kind of lacks in stability. And once again, I do find that a lot with narrower yo-yos. I'm not sure if that's, again, I'm not sure why that is, but when the yo-yo isn't too wide, well, first of all, it kind of affects your hit rate. And also it doesn't quite feel as stable on the string. Like you feel a little bit, you have to be more careful with the way you handle the yo-yo, right? And that's kind of the case with the Apogee. One thing that a lot of people know about this yo-yo is, it's actually how I found out about the Apogee, is when Hiroyuki Suzuki, he did a AP, Asian Pacific routine with this, with just one restart. That's what he planned. He kind of screwed up, I think, and he did two, but according to him, the Apogee is capable of doing a 3-minute routine with just 2 throws, which is impressive. That's like 90 seconds per throw, right, on average. I tried to do that, I couldn't. I think there are other factors, like maybe skill level, and maybe the bearing, maybe other things, but I could barely get to about a minute with this yo-yo, which is not bad, which is pretty good, but nothing too groundbreaking. So if you're, buying this looking for a super long spinning beast, this is not it. This is just the spin time is kind of average. So yeah. Oh, and also, I do want to mention that the finish is beautiful. It looks kind of matte, but it's not good for grinds. It's pretty grippy. Right, so in terms of performance, this is nothing too special. I'm sure you get the kind of the psychological effect, oh, I'm throwing a $1,000 yo-yo, but in reality, there's nothing too outstanding, right? The price is mostly in the build quality, not really, it's partly in the build quality, but mostly in the brand, right, that Mickey is trying to build. And it's pretty successful at that because it's sold out, right? And once again, is it worth $1,000? You probably know that with anything above $500, honestly, anything above $200-300, I don't really comment anymore because there's no point. It's different for different people. $1,000 is worth different to different people. And I guess it depends on how much you love something, how much you love Hiroyuki Suzuki. If you're a huge fan of this player, if you're a huge fan of their designs, this company, then yeah, this is the ultimate item to have to show your love. But in terms of performance, if you want a beast of a yo-yo, I think the Phenom can pretty much do everything better. Yeah, pretty much. Even the spin time on this is I think better because of how stable it is. And also because, again, the surface, right, with how grippy the surface is, it definitely affects the spin time. Ooh, I just realized maybe I should try the 1 minute thing on this one. But I guess raw titanium is also pretty grippy. So I don't know. So yeah, that's my review for the Anglam Apogee. I think I covered most things. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Oh, I forgot something. Does this make the titanium sound? No, it doesn't. Scam!